Hey guys, I hope you're all having a great day, and with the Season 12 patch, every single legend got a secret passive ability. I don't see a lot of people mentioning this, maybe some people still haven't noticed yet, but I'll quickly show you guys what I'm talking about up on the screen right now. So at first you might not notice anything different, but if we take a quick look at the minimap, we can see that the enemies nearby are actually being marked. This is similar to Valk's passive ability, except now you can do it with every single legend. In this example, I'm going as Bloodhound, and I can still see the squad on my right getting marked on the minimap. Now this is especially useful in some cases where you're dropping into hot zones. You might have to keep your screen aimed at what's in front of you in order to land exactly where you want, but by simply using this passive ability and looking at the minimap, we can go ahead and see where the other squads are landing, and this will help you position yourself and your team in fights to prevent yourself from getting third-partied so much in your landing zone. Now something else that some people have noticed as well is that when you and your teammates are landing in an area where other people are landing as well, sometimes your teammates will go ahead and say a voice line saying that enemies are close to them. I really do like these quality of life changes that Respawn is making to the game. While these things might not seem super significant, a lot of players on your team never ping, and so even if they land with an enemy, they won't ping that there's an enemy with them. With this voice line, they no longer have to do that. You already know that they're in trouble, and you can go ahead and help them out so that they don't get knocked. Now with all that being said, I did also want to talk about some other things related to passives. I'll talk about Pathfinder's passive first, and then I'll talk about legends and their abilities in general. So here's the thing, Pathfinder is already a pretty popular pick. His pick rate is decently high, and he really is in a pretty good position. The only thing that is lacking for Pathfinder is a better passive ability, as his original passive, which was to scan survey beacons, is already available for every single recon legend. Now to be completely honest, the devs really aren't in that much of a rush to give Pathfinder a passive. At the moment, he seems to be in a pretty good spot, so I wouldn't expect a Pathfinder passive to be coming in the very near future. However, I would like to point out that this is something which is starting to be a little bit of an issue. A lot of the older legends have barely any abilities compared to some of the new ones. The newer legends that we're getting are very complex, and I honestly wouldn't expect them to get simpler as we progress through the game. They're most likely gonna get more and more complicated as we go on, and so in some cases this might make the older legends seem very plain. So why don't we give a comparison real quick. Pathfinder is such a simple legend. He can use his grapple to swing around the place, he can put a zipline to help him and his teammates traverse the area, and he's also a happy robot. On the other hand, we have Mad Maggie. She has a passive which allows her to run faster with a shotgun. She can have wall hacks as long as she damages an enemy. Her tactical can shoot through solid objects, including things such as Gibby domes, and her ultimate is a wrecking ball that can destroy doors, stuns and disorients the enemy, and also places down pads which make you run as fast as an octane stim. And I want to make this clear, I'm not hating on any of the new legends. I love all the legends that have come out so far, and the fact that Respawn is still able to make every single legend so unique is very impressive in my opinion. But after comparing some of the original legends and the newer legends, we start to see what I'm talking about here. The newer legends and their complexity can sometimes make some of the older legends feel unimportant or less special, or perhaps in some cases not as powerful as they are, but that's not always the case. So what if Pathfinder is such a simple legend? Pathfinder is still extremely fun to play, and just because a new legend is more complicated doesn't mean they're more powerful. Bloodhound's pretty simple. He goes around and scans, his ultimate makes him run faster and also scan faster, and he can track enemies. Does that make him a weaker legend than Mad Maggie? Not really. So with that being said, here's my point. As Apex is evolving and becoming more and more complex, I do think it's important to keep some of the older legends very simple. This makes them easier to learn, and so new players that come into the game will be able to enjoy the game without having a ton of info or a ton of different abilities getting pushed into their face. This is probably the reason why these are the legends that are available at the start and not a legend like Mad Maggie, who has so much stuff going on that it might overwhelm a newer player. And so with that being said, I wouldn't expect many changes to be coming for some of the older legends as we progress into the future. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully this made your day just a little bit better. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this, and whether or not you think some of the older legends should get reworks, or if you think they're fine as they are. Alright, that's enough talk from me, and of course, as always, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.